Hello and welcome to another Know Your Stuff video. We're going to go over some Martha Stewart items to look out for that sell for big bucks on eBay. So you definitely want to stay tuned to the very end of this video. I'm going to share one of my hidden bolos. So if you appreciate that, definitely go down there, click the like button, leave a comment, just say hello, feed the hungry YouTube algorithm. Let's get right into it. So those that don't know who Martha Stewart is, she is a self-made billionaire and actually one of the first, she is the first woman self-made billionaire, which is actually a really cool stat in itself. She is a model. She was a model. Well, I guess she is still a model, and she does lots of home stuff. Everyone pretty much knows her from my generation for her cooking shows, her cookbooks, and her Martha Stewart living, clothing, wear, and all that kind of stuff. And she did come with some controversy in 1999. Actually, it's 2001. She was convicted of insider trading to save $45,000, which is actually kind of crazy when you think about a billionaire trying to save $45,000. But I guess that's why they're a billionaire. They kind of cut these little corners and everything. So she got a little bit of a stock tip, and she sold, which is insider trading. That is a no-no here in the United States. And so she went to jail for a little bit, but she's still an awesome lady and has made a really good name for herself and has really made a comeback over the years. But she has tons of stuff that she sold, home goods, her Martha Stewart living clothing line. She's done a lot of great stuff. She's basically like, has the run of the mill for all the different things that you can find. Now, her clothing, for the most part, isn't worth that much. It's basically, I think it's like a Kohl's brand. If you know what Martha Stewart living, maybe it's Target. Let me know in the comments below. But there's bedding, clothing, and we're gonna get into some of the higher end stuff to look out for because there is some really, really crazy bolos to look out for. So if we go and start at the first bolo is her crafting line. She does an amazing amount of hole punches, and as you can see here, this doily one is going for crazy money. If you ever see those, the doily designs go for a lot of money. And you can see these commonly at Michael's and stuff like that. But the ones that are retired and the ones that are hard to find, usually people will pay up on. And usually if you can find these at garage sales or estate sales or even Goodwills or thrift stores, sometimes they bundle these up in packages and plastic bags. Definitely pick them up if the price is right. You could sell these in lots or you can sell them individually. I know you can probably sell these on Amazon. I haven't looked to see if Martha Stewart is a gated category or not. I'll have to look into that. You can look into that yourself also. But if you find this stuff brand new, Amazon is another place to go and look. But as you can see here, some of these doily ones, this sold for $175. This pair sold for $180, and then basically people would just lot all these different things up. So keep an eye out for Martha Stewart. It'll say Martha Stewart underneath or in the packaging, and you can usually tell by these handles. As you can see here, there's a marking also there. So they're pretty easy to spot. You want to make sure they're clean, and if you're going to sell them, definitely make sure they work, because what happens with hole punches, they're basically like sharp metal squeezed together, and one portion is sharp, and so that sharpened edge sometimes gets dull. Or if people use these to punch stickers or something like that, there's some residue that usually gets stuck in there that'll cause problems. And you can easily clean that off with some rubbing alcohol or some olive oil too, if you don't want to use any harsh chemicals. Olive oil is an amazing substance to remove some sticky residue, and that's a pro tip from yours truly. Also, we can go and see some of the top items. As we can see here, 10,000 items have sold. I think that's a 28-day, or actually, I think that's a 90-day, going back 90 days. As we can see here, the most coveted thing you really, really want to look out for, and this is not the hidden bolo, by the way. The hidden bolo is going to be at the end of this video, so you definitely want to stay tuned for that. One of the crazy things that you really should look out for is this copper pot. It is Martha by mail, and we're going to get into the Martha by mail stuff in just a second. And you can see here, this pot sold for, I think they took a best offer. I'm pretty sure it landed around, somewhere between $500 and $700. I don't know what is up with this pan, but it's highly coveted. And Martha by mail, she did a mail order service. And as you can see here, these cookie cutters are also a hidden bolo. This isn't the hidden bolo, but this is a hidden bolo. or Martha Stewart cookie cutters. They're large, huge cookie cutters. If you ever see these and the price is right, definitely pick them up. This whole set went for almost $400. And like I said, we're going to go into deep dive into that. As we can see here, so a pot did sell for close to $900. Now the thing about WorthPoint that I want to point out is when you see prices on WorthPoint, if someone sold this for 800, or someone listed this, excuse me, for $895, and it sold with a best offer, it's not going to show that. So this could have been sold for like, $5, and unfortunately, this is one of the downsides of WorthPoint, is you're going to have to like kind of take an average of the different things that you see. But as you can see here, look at this set of cookie cutters, $700. They're very large, so you really can't miss them. But also, they have these handles on the back of some of them. As you can see, I think most of them have handles. I can't see any of the... Oh, here they are. Just look for these huge copper cookie cutters if you're ever out there in the field. These things go for crazy money, even selling them individually. And I've never seen these in the wild, but I'm sure they're out there in certain parts of the country. It's probably more... you're probably going to have a better chance at finding these. But, cookie cutters is one of the hidden bolos for Martha Stewart. And so just look out for these cookie cutters. I swear they go for crazy money. It's actually pretty insane how much some of these go for. People sell these individually. They're very large, so they're like larger than normal, though she does do some sets like this set right here. And they're themed, as you can see here. The baby one, and there's like all really kind of cool themes here. So just keep an eye out for Martha Stewart cookie cutters. Now here is the hidden bolo that I was talking about, Martha by Mail Jadette. Now some of you might have seen this kind of stuff before. There is regular Jadette, and we're not going to go over the history of that particular glass line, but Jadette is basically like this jade style glass. And as we can see here, Martha Stewart by Mail came out with some sets in 1999. Here's actually a catalog. Actually, look at the catalog. Went for $50 alone. Look out for this stuff. It's going to say Martha by Mail underneath, and let's see if they actually have that photo of what it looks like. It's very simple logo on the bottom. They do. Nope, this one doesn't have it. Usually on the bottom, I know we had one of the cake trays, and there's a set of cake trays that you need to look out for too. Here's one of them. As you can see here, there's a set right there. Now be careful because there's other Jadette stuff. Just make sure it says Martha by Mail underneath it. Now where it is? Okay, here it is right here. As you can see, it says Martha by Mail. So if you ever see Jadette that says Martha by Mail, pick it up if the price is right, and just make sure it's not chipped or cracked, because that's going to dramatically decrease the price for sure. And if we go to WorthPoint, we really want to take a little bit of a deep dive into this situation here. We can see that some of these sets go for a crazy amount of money. There's a set of the cake stands or the cake displays. There's a little bit of a chicken with a hen with a nest for like deviled eggs. And so usually, and this is a hobnail. Let me show you right here. This design, if you ever see this in glass, these little like round things that are they're smooth and round. That's hobnail. And so there's different kinds of glass, like milk glass and Fenton, and different types of glass that, if you ever see that round thing, that's what it's called. It's a hobnail. Now, there's also different variations of the hobnail. There's sharper ones, and there's different patterns, but this is probably one of the most common patterns that you're going to find as far as different types of glass, especially milk glass. And we're actually going to take a little bit of a deep dive. I didn't mean to do this, but we're going to. We're going to get a little bit of bonus if you've waited this far along. Milk glass. If I can spell it. Wow. Wow, that was really off. Milk glass. So there's some really crazy high-end milk glass, and as you can see here, let me find some common milk glass. This is kind of like all this kind of weird stuff. Milk glass is basically pretty much what it says. It's like this milky, milk glass is a little bit translucent. Look at this thing sold for almost $2,000 here. Milk glass is something you definitely should research, and that's another actual hidden bolo for you as a bonus item here. Once again, I'm Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler. If you enjoyed this type of video, definitely go down there and let me know. Click the like button, and we will see you next time. Take care.